So joined once again by New South Wales analyst Mark Rhoden. How you going, Mark?
Good, thanks, Mark. How are you?
Very well. So Saturday racing, we're finally back to Sydney after a couple of weeks. Couple of weeks at the provincials. How did you see the gong?
Okay. I think yes, we finally reached the breaking point with those $1 million races. I think just back to the stock standard this week, and the just the listed race fields for $150,000 aren't that far inferior to the ones we've seen over the last 2 weeks. There's a little bit more quality in those races, but not 7 or 8 times the strength of field by any means. The traditional banging of the gong before the gong was something I wasn't expecting last Saturday. That was really it's turned racing upside down. That's
the highlight of the carnival.
Probably of the year, I'd say. It was spectacular stuff.
Good stuff. Well, as I said, we're back to Sydney tomorrow, and it's a pretty good card of racing. We've got a fair bit of black type on there, so in 3 listed races. And
that's right. Yep.
Yeah, race 6 is the ATC Cup over 2,000 metres.
Yep.
With House of Cartier about $3.60.
Yeah.
Been fairly steady.
Yep.
How do you see the race?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think she is the one with the upside. She's down on the limit weight. Won on 100 at Newcastle over 1850, 2,000 ideal now. Her better runs as a filly were when she got up over a trip 2,000 metres sort of range. Away from her, she really is the sort of different form line, the fresh blood in the race. Not that that's enough on its own to get her over the line, but a few of these are a bit beaten up, been around the traps a fair bit. I'd say Allwood back down from Queensland, is I think second favourite. He's drawn well and got Hugh Bowman, so he's a chance. But I mean, Queensland really is where Wye sends the ones that don't cut it in Sydney. Now he's obviously found some form and is going well, so he's got some hope. But against an improver like House of Cartier, I'd be prepared to oppose him at the price. There's a couple with big jockey changes in this race. Black on Gold, Kathy O'Hara to Joe McDonald. He's a very good 2,000 metre horse, Black on Gold. And Morton's Fork is Robbie Dolan to Nashua Will. Not quite as dramatic, but anyone to Nashua Will is a bit of a plus. Morton's Fork is pretty hard in the market last time I looked.
About $6 at the moment.
Yeah, I think the market's really waken up to that Nashua Will factor. He's only been back a few months, but it's not so much the amount of winners he rides. Everyone knows he's been a great rider, but he gets horses to peak, and the market's tuned into that. I missed one last week at Kembla. I was on Mangione for a good result, kicked clear and actually hailed the winner, and I should have really been a wake up to Nash on Mr. Reckless, the stablemate. It was 11 into 550, B Ryan to Nash, 1,500 up to 2,000. There were just so many ticks there, and after the race I was kicking myself. It's so obvious why the big syndicates and the big punters found that one. And Mangione was a great bet at $8, but considering my other bet in the race was the favourite, California Firebird, it was disappointing. 2-horse play on Mangione and Mr. Reckless at good odds was the way to go there. But that's just an illustration of the difference Nash can make. However, I think 550 Morton's Fork, he hasn't won for a very long time. He can win because he's on it, but I won't be backing it. Black on Gold I could entertain. 2,000 race hills is a big plus for it. But I do think House of Cartier, if she can just hold that form she found at Newcastle last time, is the one to beat.
Yeah, no worries. He definitely puts a horse in a race, Nash, doesn't he?
Yeah, always been a positive rider, but just, I couldn't tell you exactly technically what it is, but he gets them to go to their best or a new peak, which is, and sort of the regularity with which he does it is something I haven't seen since Darren Beedman, 15 plus years ago.
Yeah, so race 7's the Festival Stakes over the 1,500.
Yep.
And Godolphin's got the market here with Reindeer. $4.60.
Yep.
Pretty solid in the market. And then we've got Bobbing and Don't Give a Damn.
Yeah. It's a strange race, this one. It's not bad quality at all. So I could find, for all of the main chances, I could find something not to like about them. Rainier looks really well placed with 53. Is off a peak run down in Melbourne. Had a bit of a longish prep now, and Joe McDonald to Kay O'Hara doesn't want me to sort of stops me wanting to take a short price. The one Nash is on, funnily enough, Moss Trip, it gets the jockey change to Nash from A. Adkins.
Yep.
Drawn a bit awkwardly, expecting the up the inside to be better at Rosehill with a 3 metre rail and some sort of southerly wind. So barrier 11 and her general racing pattern is against her, but she's around $10 so, and was really good last start, so could entertain her.
Yep.
The bobbing I really think was set for that first up tilt in the Kosciuszko. Ran really well, ran third to Handle the Truth, then got back and ran reasonably well behind Into the Abyss again. Not a great jockey change tomorrow, and we'll get back again, I assume. So whether he's, he was, these are all afterthoughts after the $1 million race, I think.
Yeah.
And don't give a damn. Dropped in class back to the Snake Gully Cup. The time on the Snake Gully Cup at Gundagai last time was really good.
Yep.
Back up to big weight drop back up to listed grade where he had been struggling a little bit. So, I wanted to give him a chance down in weight, but his price isn't incredible either. Siren's Fury, style of horse I just hate backing. Always gets back, but T. Clark has one for Tim Clark, admittedly on a wet track, but I think she's around 20 to 1.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of race where things are going to be advantaged by the map. And other things, but they've all got little knocks on them, so it could be the race where maybe the pattern goes out the window a little bit and something does blouse at big odds. I'm not confident. I'll be having something on Moss Trip, just I can't let that jockey change go at double figure odds or close to it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it's pretty white.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, one I will mention, Invincible Gem, the top one, very good Rosehill 1500 metre record, does have a whack of weight with 59, but great at the track and distance, and did run third in a Group 1 weight for age race behind Summit Out 3 starts back. So, I mean, that was Group 1 in name only, but she's good enough to win on her day, and this is her track and distance.
You did mention Handle the Truth, and it's favoured in race 8, the Starlight Stakes over 1100 metres, with Nash aboard.
Yeah, with a recurring theme today. Won the $1 million race with Nash on, going to a new level, then ran creditably in the Golden Cup with Blake McDougall back on, who had been riding it prior.
Yep.
Now Nash hops back on, so I really wanted to find it, but everyone else has found it. I think it went up about $4 with a tab, and it's sort of under 3 most places now.
Yeah, 270.
Which is short. You're paying the full Nash premium there, or discount, or whatever, whichever way you want to put it there. I've virtually come up with the market order here.
Yep.
Baller, I wanted to find, but he's struggled when he gets up to this listed class and above and drops in weight. He's done that on a couple of occasions now, so I can't really trust him. Bonome's sort of always in this sort of race, but kind of maxed out with 59. I think really that's as much weight as he wants in this grade. Glenall won okay first up on Cup Day. Sandbar got a perfect run through, is drawn terribly here. What was second pick in the market?
So Bonamee second
Bonamee,
pick. And Sandbar third, Glenall, Badios, and
so I mentioned most of them. I think Badios is probably a wet tracker. Baller I mentioned. Away from the Albumin has a great Rosehill 1100 metre record.
Yep.
Led in a trial, in a slow trial. It's drawn 9 here. Don't know if we'll get near the rail, but certainly loves the track and distance. The interesting one is the bottom one, who is drawn quite well. Chiji Express, I think it's pronounced, the Chinese name.
Yep.
Used to be Murray Baker in New Zealand, now with the Hawks stable. Dashing winner first up last time at Ellerslie over 1300, and showed a really nice turn of foot that day. Form is, she's a sprinter 1400 metre horse. 1100 probably the lower end of the distance range she wants, but doesn't seem to be a huge amount of speed. If she's close enough and can show that turn of foot, she could be in the race, and she's double figure odds, so that could be that, your spec bet. But in terms of a decent bet, I'm not really interested because I wanted to find out the truth, but 7 to 4 is too short.
So just looking at those main races, looks like a bit of a wide open day, possibly in the value around.
There could be. Handle the Truth's pretty short. The other two are, there's a bit of depth in them, bit of depth in the markets. Like I said, I like the favourite in the 2,000 metre race, has the Cartier, but in the others I'd probably be looking wider.
Good stuff. All right. Well, cheers for that, Mark. As you said, good for us to be back on the metro tracks, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
No problem at all. Thanks a lot.